Hi guys, how are we doing today? Today is a good day because I have prepared some tea, or I'm in the preparation of it. Just look over here. It's a beautiful tea. It's called a jasmine tea. And yeah, this was a present to my 30th birthday. And yeah, I enjoy this tea a lot. But let's get into it. I will just pour some in and then we will start with the video. So as you know, first round of tea is just for the smell only for a few seconds. That's pretty sweet. All right, second one. Now, let's talk about what we will be doing today. Today is the first video of 2 videos. And what I want to do is I want to sort files in different directories. And that depends on the content in the file. And for that to do, I have to create some random files with random values. So this is the topic of this video, how to generate random files. This can be useful in several ways. So it's quite a good technique to learn. We will go into how to structure the program, and you will see me coding this yeah, from start to finish. All right. So cheers, everyone. Hope you have a good day and enjoy your tea. Ah, that's heaven. Heaven. All right, let's get into the video. So, I have prepared here an empty file with an empty directory. And the first thing I want to do is just get the structure of the program, right? So, what we want to do. And the way I want to do this is by first of all including the main, right? So if name equals main, then I want to execute the main method. All right, so far so good. Def main, this is our main method, and it's always a good idea. Always a good idea to just test it. So print, for example, I am the main, and some smiley because we're happy today. Now I saved this file and I will execute it with my much beloved terminal on the right here. Okay, so Python, and the file is called sort files. The main. So this works. Now let's get into the structure of the program. The first thing I want to do later on in the second part of the video is I want to sort files on sign of mean, for example. So all the values which are in the file, I want to take the mean, and if it's a positive sign, then I want to do this into one directory, and if it's a negative sign, I want to have this into another directory. Right, but we will not be doing this right now, so I just simply put in a return here. Now the other thing we want to do is we definitely want to get the mean of a file, right? So get mean of file should also be a function, and I will return it because we won't be doing this in today's video. But I think here it would be good to know the file. So, example, a file path. We will detail this out later. And now this video is all about generating the files. So, generate files. Now, what do you need for generating files? First of all, you definitely want to have a directory, right? So where you want to create a file directory. Second thing, you want to say how many files, the number of files. And third but not last, the number of numbers. Good one, right? Number of numbers. King of numbers. No, it's just the number size of the file, you know, how many values. Well, let's call it differently. It's the number of values. I think this is more straightforward. Okay, and now we will be doing this function. And I imagine that we have a directory here. Well, it's stated here, right? A directory, but the thing is, yeah, let's go. Make it straightforward. We will see if this works or doesn't work. So first of all, I want to delete old files if there are files. But maybe I do this in the main method. Not sure. Not sure. I will make it here. Delete old files. How to delete files? So for everything regarding paths and files, it's always a good idea. I think it's the best idea to import following library, OS. That stands for operating system, and this gets you, for example, the path class or the join method. Yeah, you will see about this. So delete all files. For file f, I call it f, in, and now I want to have all the files in a directory. You can get this by os.list_dir, and we have the directory as a value, as a variable here. So for each file in this directory, I want to remove it, and removing the files is also done with os.remove. And we just have to give it the file path. Now here comes the joining. So you have the directory, but you don't have the file path yet. But you will get this. Just do it like this, os.path.join. So you're joining together the directory plus the file name. And this in case is the path to the file. So os.path.join, and we want to join the directory and the file. That's it. Now we want to create files. And here we have the number of files. So for, let's call it I, in range, number of files. We want to create a file, and in this file we want to put some values in. So writing to a file is done with the write command, right? But you will first have to open the file. So this is done, for example, like this, with open. And you also have here that join method again, os.path.join, and we want to have the directory. And now a new file. Let's call it file plus, and let's put in an underscore like around here, and then plus I. But I think we have to give it a string operator here, because the path.join method only can work with string values, not with integers, and I is an integer. So with open, and the method how we want to open this is as writing. This is another parameter for the open command. As a file, we want to write something to it. And now we want to write the number of values to it. So for j in range number of values. And here we will be importing the random, or is it rand int, I guess. From random import rand int. This will get a random integer between two values. So we have this method. So for j in range of the number of values, we want to write something to the file.write. And now also the string operator again. And we want to use this random integer, maybe from -100 to 100. This could also be a parameter, right? And also we have to include next line. So +\n for writing the next line. And I think that's about it. This should work. But let's say we want to get into the main and write something. So for example, generate file from, now what's the current directory or the directory we want to put the files in? So the directory could be os.get current working directory. That gets you the working directory. That's the directory where the Python file is located. But I want to give a separate files folder. It's always a good idea to do this. So os.path, you like this method by the end of this video, path.join, and you have the current working directory, and we want to have a subfolder like files, for example. Now, the problem is this subfolder does not exist, right? And we will be, and that's why I wasn't sure if we want to do it here with the deletion of the files. I think it's better to do it here. But let's swap that. We can extract this as a separate method, right? Delete directory. Just like this. And we give it a parameter like directory. So we have a method here. But the problem is if a directory does not exist, this will give you an error. And therefore we will do it a little bit differently. Delete directory or create new. So this makes sense. So we will just try to delete it. And if it's working, that's fine. But if it's not working, we will be making that directory. That's done like this. os.mkdir make directory, and we want to make the directory of the input parameter, right? So this deletes the content of the directory, but if the directory is not existent, then we want to create it. And this is exactly what we want to do here. Maybe we want to do it just here. That makes sense. Then it's right here. So the delete directory or create new from this parameter directory. I hope it's not that complicated for you to follow. So I was wondering if to put it into the main, but otherwise you want to have it always when you generate new files. So I put it into the generate file, but make it as a method that if I want to do it in the main, I could also do this. But here we don't have to worry about this, and it's always a good idea to just keep the main short and just move the stuff into the functions where they are needed. So generate file, this is the method here. So the directory we have given that. This is that one. Oops. Sorry about this. So the directory is clear. Then the number of files. Let's see. Let's create 10 files for the beginning. And the number of values, let's say 20. Now what is this? I think there's a bracket mistake. Yeah. All right. I think this should be it. Let's test it. If we have an error, that's a good learning opportunity. And if you have questions until this point, just write a comment. I will be answering them. Now, just execute this. Oh, we have an error, right. So, let's see. Sort files main, file not found, no such directory. Oh, this should be a parameter of the open command and not of the join command. So this is just a bracket error. What did I do? This bracket should go here. Ooh, messy. Now let's see. So we're joining together file and the string of I. This is ended here. And then we have a bracket too much. And then we have the write command. Okay, now this should work. I'm the main. And we have a files folder. Woo! And we have files in it. So 10 files. That's great. And we have... Oh, the first one that does... okay. Does also have values in it. Now, this works. We could try around with it a little bit. That'll make it a little bit more interesting. More values. And a greater range. And it would work just like a charm. So it deleted all the files and just created some new values. And this is perfectly fine setup for our next video. And in this video, we will be then finding the mean of a file or the values. That's not mean of values. And then we sort the files into different directories. So I hope this you guys like this. Leave a comment, a subscription would be nice, thumbs up, you know what to do. And see you later.